Alright, so we've had two Nintendo Directs this month. The first one was a Xenoblade Chronicles 3 presentation, and then this one was a Nintendo Direct Mini Partners Showcase, which makes sense. After those like two naughty 3 weeks, I was kind of like, well, I guess they're not doing a Direct because, we've already got a bunch of games coming out at the end of this month, at the end of July. August is kind of empty because, the big games are all at the end of July, and Splatoon's already announced for September. So I wasn't surprised that there wasn't anything from Nintendo's end to show. And I did start to record a reaction video, but because it wasn't live, I was helping out with some of the new stuff, so I'd already seen a timeline list of what everything had was in that presentation. So there wasn't anything for me to be surprised by, along with a couple of things I already knew about. But I did, just sort of sit and watch it like normal. Although it was funny, one thing, yeah, I guess because of that, some things got tweeted about just before the presentation actually went live. Went up. So they started with Monster Hunter Sunbreak, which comes out tomorrow. Basically showing, I think, it's like a trailer, and then they had talked about some of the post release updates. So Bagel Goose is now confirmed, which I'm not looking forward to because I didn't actually get very far in World, and I thought I could avoid him, but no, he's coming to this game. So, and then something I think got leaked for a lot of people. Well, it was spoiled for a lot of people the day before or whatever, and I already knew about it, so it wasn't a surprise to me at all. I knew it was a for sure thing, and even if I didn't, I would have seen about it on Twitter. Is NieR Automata coming to Nintendo Switch. So it'll be interesting to see how that runs. I personally am not going to get it because I have access to the game on PlayStation. They did say there was some new costumes, and they showed off a 2P one. Although I don't know if that's just new or that's the included DLC. Because I haven't played. I have not played it. So I was actually making a joke to my husband with how they got onto the Switch was that they simply had to remove certain assets of 2B, and then the game could probably run perfectly fine. Then they showed Lorelei and the Laser Eyes, which really doesn't seem like my kind of game, but visually it gave me Killer 7 vibes. Then a sequel to Super Bomberman R is coming out. So I made a joke what launch title for the Nintendo Switch's sequel is coming out first, because they're both confirmed for next year, Breath of the Wild and Super Bomberman R2, both. So it'll be funny to see which one gets here first. And Capcom is doing a Mega Man Battle Network Legacy Collection, which is going to release in 2 parts digitally, but one whole thing physically. These are games that I only even really thought of when I was looking at all the things that are RPGs that are gonna go away when the Wii U eShop gets delisted because they were on the Virtual Console. So I'll probably be interested in getting that. I haven't ever played them myself, but I've seen some people play games that were based on them, like One Step from Eden. One game I'm probably not going to get is the Pac-Man Repack, which is a remake of a sort of 3D platforming game, unless it's pretty cheap. I'm even considering cancelling my Klonoa pre-order just because, well, it's priced higher than Xenoblade for some reason in Australia. And my financial circumstances are going to change pretty soon, so I've got to be more picky about what games I pick up. Blanc looked really cute. It's a co-op-focused game, so online or locally. Unfortunately, those sorts of games aren't the kind my husband likes to play with me, and he's kind of the only person that plays games with me regularly, so I probably won't get it. They also announced a Monkey Island, well, I don't say sequel, I think there's more than one, but a new Monkey Island game. I've never played any of them, so I'll probably, go play one of the remasters or something, around the time this comes out, rather than jumping straight into a new one. But it's cool that, for once they're just doing something new and with, an IP instead of just doing another remake, remaster. Something that also got shown off the day before, was more Mario plus Rabbids Sparks of Hope. The free movement looks kind of cool, where you still got your area that you can move in, but you're not quite tethered on a rope anymore, which is good. I'm not gonna get that when it comes out. So, like, if you guys don't know, I am pregnant and due mid-late October. So my financial situation is come 6 weeks before my due date, I won't be earning any income, and then I'll get some government maternity leave for about 4 months. So anything that's coming out in September or October is kind of like probably not gonna get it unless I can convince somebody else to get it for me. Um, but I'm also, for this, I'm kind of anticipating there being a gold edition or something like there was for the last one where I had to buy the DLC separately. Little Noah Scion of Paradise looks really cute, and that's one of the few games that like launched at the same time as the presentation. It does give me mobile game vibes. I actually meant to Google that, so give me a second. Yeah, so it looks like it isn't, but just some games, like, the way the UI looks kind of gives you that sort of touchscreen feel. Looks kind of cute, but I'm not, yeah, again, sort of Shadow Drop games, I might just wait to see what somebody else has to say with it, because not everyone just has the 22.50 to spare to pick up a game out of nowhere. Railgrade, not my kind of game, and in my husband's words, looks like a game I lose a couple of days to and then never play again. But it's always cool to have more variety in the kind of things that are coming to Switch. And then RPG Time has a Switch release date. This is a game that I've been interested in. It launched on like Xbox and Windows, and I think I tried getting it through the Xbox app on Windows, and that didn't work. And I don't have an Xbox, so yeah, I've just been waiting to see if it comes to something else, and it's going to come out on August 18th, so that one is one I will probably quite pick up unless I haven't checked reviews, so like unless I hear something bad about it, but like it's really cool with the drawn art style. It just looks really pretty for one thing, and it looks like it'll be fun to play as well. Then they showed off some of the new Sonic game, and I don't care about. I am actually gonna have a not related to that game, related to one of the last. Well, no, it's now second last game that has come out, kind of. For Sonic within a week-ish. It's something I got a code for a while ago, so I need to finish streaming it and, talk about my experience actually playing a Sonic game for once. So that's when I'll talk about Sonic. The Disney Life Sim, which I didn't write the name down of, I was just looking at it and it's like, it's literally Disney Adults the game. I say as a Nintendo, but like the outfits were so like, wow, this is like massively like made for millennial people of those kinds. It's also gonna release in early access, which is super weird. It's like, it's got Disney money and it's like early access in development, like that doesn't give me good hopes. Like it seems kind of cool because it's maybe almost Magical Kingdom-esque, but just different. But I'm not sure about it. Live Alive, or Lava Live is how the announcer pronounced it. That is coming out next month, and that had a demo drop. So I'm going to be streaming that either before or after I edit this video. Probably one of the more surprising things was that the Doraemon Story of Seasons game is getting a sequel. Hopefully they fix the mining in that, because it was like just that sort of like how it is in like DS, except worse. And it's just the digging, not even, yeah. So hopefully they fix that, because I did not get very far in the game overall because I needed something from the mine to progress, and I was just constantly save scumming and wasting 20-30 minutes just to get a few floors down, and I still wouldn't get far down enough to get what I need. It was awful. If they can fix that, maybe I'll get it. I do find with a lot of these farm sim games, when they take out the romance, because in this case you're playing as a child character, or sometimes people just don't put it in their games, I have a lot less interest in it. It's not that I don't care for the rest of the game, but it's like one of the it gives me a side goal. Like often, especially if like say this one will have a story, but especially the ones that don't have a story, it's like, well, I need a trophy. I need somebody. I need an accomplishment, and at least getting married is like at least I'm done at the minimum with that. They talked a bit about the new Minecraft game, but I'm not particularly interested in that. And then they finally showed Dragon Quest Treasures, which is something I knew was going to be shown off in this presentation. And I've never played Dragon Quest Monsters games, but people, I think a lot of people are saying that it probably seems like it is one of those. Just a different name, being like young Eric and his sister from Dragon Quest 11. So that one comes out in December, so I will definitely be picking that up, if not as a Christmas present to me. But the graphics are kind of like, like, you know, like they're definitely like, okay, this is definitely running on the Switch, like you can tell. But I think that'll be really fun. And it's good to see more Dragon Quest games coming to the West, even the spin offs. So maybe Dragon Quest 10 Offline can come. Please. Then they did a quick sizzle reel with No Man's Sky, a Plague Tale, Requiem cloud versions. They're useless to me. Cloud versions don't even come out in Australia. Captain Velvet Meteor. And the Portal Companion Cube Collection, or, you know, Portal 1 and 2 ports also dropped at the same time as the presentation. I think I got them on PC, so I don't know if I'm going to bother getting the ports. Something, again, I think, yeah, another one that was actually a surprise is Harvestella. There was like nothing about this game, like that got leaked or anything, which looks like Square Enix's take on Rune Factory. So it's got the farming sim and the action RPG elements. Visually, I thought the art style was kind of nice. I find a lot of 3D farming sim, like, you know, like the not the hardcore farming simulator, like the literal farming simulator, but like the more life RPG farming sim games really don't look good. Like the art style is always just like or something. Whereas this one, it's got a semi nice sleek mobile-ish look, but like the characters themselves have a nice design. Sort of like the overall way the farm stuff looks isn't bad. I think the only thing that does strike me as mobile again is like the UI and the action effects, like the neon lights. That's just sort of a common generic effect. But I'm interested in, because they've got like at the end of the seasons, we have some like season of death thing. So I'm wondering how prepared you have to be in this game. And like I've also said, I wonder if there's kissing, because I want romance in my games. They haven't said, like, they haven't not confirmed it, but they also have very much not said anything about it. So I don't know, but that is one. So that's November 4th. That, you know, I can probably get like one game a month. I can probably squeeze out financially. That'll be my November pickup. Dragon Quest Treasures will be my December pickup, and then October is we'll have to fight to the death on that one. Especially because I'll probably be too busy to play games anyway. But and then something nobody was surprised about, especially because Atlas tweeted it before the presentation, is Persona 5 Royal, Persona 4 Golden, and Persona 3 Portable are all coming to the Nintendo Switch, which we already knew they were coming to PC and Xbox. So it was just like, okay, if they don't announce it here, then I guess it's not happening. But it is. I've only played Persona 5, the original, on the PS3 a couple years ago. I need to play Strikers, because I figured, you know, I'll at least play that, because that's a direct sequel to the first game, and like doesn't include any of the extra story or characters from Royal. I can just, like, I got the fancy schmancy edition, so I can play it on a PlayStation, but I do also kind of want to support this port, and I was joking, you know, I can play it in handheld while I'm, like, feeding the baby or something, and he's like, because it's not too far off the due date, and he's like, I think you'll be a bit too busy for that, but I don't know, that does, you know, I always liked playing Persona 5 at night, so it'd be a good, I can't sleep kind of game to play. Or maybe I shouldn't, because I need to get sleep. One thing I didn't mention, which, well, it wasn't in the direct, so that's probably why, but the same day of the direct, the Crayon Shin-chan Natsuya Sume game has been officially announced for English. Like, I think it was already semi-confirmed that they were interested in it, but now for sure it's going to have a proper Western release. And I'm really excited about that, because it's based on the Boku no Natsuya Sume series, where it's just a really cute Japanese summer holiday simulation, and we've never had any in English, so, you know, I don't have to. And this one is Crayon Shin-chan with some dinosaurs added in the mix to make it extra cute. So I'm happy that this series will finally get a shot at a wider audience. Also, in the Japanese direct, Grim Grimoire once more was shown, so just in the sizzle reel, and I really hope that that gets an English release sometime soon because the PS2 copies are very expensive and maybe the port will fix the frame rate issues, though I very much doubt that because I think that's probably one of the few Vanillaware games that is stuck like way back on the PS2. At least Muramasa and some others did get, Vita versions. But yeah, all Vanillaware games need to come to Switch, actually. You did 13 Sentinels, give me Dragon's Crown. Maybe I'll actually play it. Maybe I'll actually play it if I get it on Switch, because I'll have more people to be able to play with me. So overall, yeah, like, I wasn't like, whoa, oh my god, but anything, because I kind of knew two of the things that would be like a bit of a surprise. Like, knew that they were going to be shown. So the main surprise was like Harvestella, Draymond Story of Seasons, and some other things. Yeah, other things that we didn't know about at all, or other things that we knew, but like it's good they're coming to Switch. But I think that was a pretty good direct, and there's plenty coming out. I'm actually and then I've just forgotten there's like PlayStation games. Like whenever One Piece Odyssey comes out, I'm gonna like smash another game out the way because I can't get both maybe. So I think it was a pretty good direct. There was plenty, like, there wasn't, there was things I'm not interested in, like there always is. Like, it's a good thing to not be interested in every single game because you will be broke. But there were certainly enough interesting things. One thing that was in the Japanese direct is Monster Rancher. It's getting like a spin-off game where you raise kaijus. And there has been an English trailer, which means it might be getting an Asian English release. Although sometimes Asian markets get English, like marketing is in English, just because that way they don't have to translate their trailers into like the 4 different languages. So hopefully I can get my hands on that somehow. Preferably with a proper Western release and not having to do an expensive port over. And I'm thinking about other October games like Taiko, and I really, I don't know what I'm getting in October, but I'd probably get the new game and not one I already have, but there was a fair amount. I think that was a pretty good direct, given that it was, non-Nintendo stuff, so some things people have been wanting to see, like Breath of the Wild, Bayonetta, etc., aren't going to be there, because obviously they're just not ready. But yeah, let me know what you thought, which of these new announcements you're interested in, and what games, how do you pick what games you pick up on launch, and which ones you don't, other than, for me, Ubisoft games probably pretty safe to not have to pick up on launch, whereas smaller, so sometimes the more pricey, low print games are like, yeah, you're not going to get them for any cheaper in the future. Like, you want to get them now while it's easy and not import. But that'll do for now, and I'll see you guys with another video, the Sonic video sometime soon. And then, I've got a lot of other stuff to work on. So, bye.